guys, welcome back to my channel. Do you have a job interview coming up in the next few days? If so, keep watching to learn how you can use psychology as your superpower to master your next job interview. I will share with you 6 research-based tips that will help you land your dream job. If you like the content of this video, please press the like button and consider subscribing to this channel. So let's get into it. Number 1. Know your audience. Researching the employers will give you a significant advantage during the interview process, as you will discover things about them that will better prepare you for your interview. But remember that a company is not hiring you, a person is hiring you. Who are they? Read up all you can about the person who is interviewing you. Knowing who will be interviewing you can have great benefit, as you have a better idea about what they are looking for, and you can make sure they know that your skills and experience meet their needs for the job. You will have a better chance at connecting with them and having a meaningful conversation. For example, you might discover that your interviewer went to the same school as you or supports the same sports team as you, or that they're the head of the department you're applying for rather than a human resources person or an assistant manager. Having this information can help you find ways to relate with your interviewers and influence the kind of questions you ask them. You might ask more in-depth questions about the department or position if you're interviewing with the department head rather than an HR employee who might not have the answers that you're looking for. Some organizations will let you know who is interviewing you in advance, while others may not. If you do not know the name of your interviewers, you can always email the company back politely requesting the name of the person who is going to interview you. Once you have the name, you can search for them on the company website, LinkedIn, and Twitter. This will help you better understand their background, career history, interests, and concerns. If you've done your homework, you have an advantage. You know more about the interviewer and the company than they know about you. If, on the other hand, you don't come across as having a firm grasp of the company and why it's hiring, the interviewer can only conclude that you're not really that interested in the job. Number 2. Find out the scorecard for the job. All jobs have certain expectations, outcomes, and competencies that employees are evaluated on. If you understand the tangible outcomes that the employer is looking for and the company culture, it is like having the answer key to the test. It will help you understand the specific skills, competencies, and results the company is looking for. It will also help you align yourself with the company's core values. Websites like Mouthshut, Indeed, and Glassdoor are great places to find employee reviews of a company. Number 3. Visualize. You're gasping for breath, your heart is beating fast, sweat is dripping down your forehead, and you can't remember a single fact about your employment history. The worst part, you haven't even entered the interview room yet. Sounds familiar? Sometimes the anticipation of a job interview brings with it feelings of anxiety and terror. We expect every conceivable aspect of the process going wrong. Most of us are guilty of imagining ourselves committing dozens of mistakes during our interview, from being tongue-tied to talking too much to saying all the wrong things before the process has even started. But instead of letting your imagination work against you, try this simple strategy that sports psychologists have been using forever to prepare their athletes for competition. Visualization is a mental rehearsal technique that helps you to imagine yourself performing skillfully in high-pressure situations. Research shows that people who engage in mental rehearsals are more successful in reducing their anxiety and achieving what they desire, while enjoying the process itself. In order to visualize, here's what you should do. Find a quiet place to sit down and close your eyes. Start visualizing the introductions. Imagine yourself as calm and confident, shaking hands firmly with a smile. Then imagine yourself sitting in the job interview itself. You are answering the questions confidently, you feel relaxed but alert, and you are impressing the interviewer. If you notice yourself having negative thoughts about your performance, try and redirect your thoughts to positive ones. Number 4. Link your past performance to your future employer's goals. Most people make general statements and talk in very general terms when interviewing for a position. But interviewers love specific examples of accomplishments. Use the company research you have done to prepare a list of 10 accomplishments in your past roles and how they align with your future employer's objectives. Here's a little secret. The interview is not about you. It's about your interviewer. Start thinking about what issues and concerns the company has and present yourself as the solution to these problems. How can you help them make more money or save time? How will you make the hiring manager's life easier if he or she hires you? Your answers should be tailored to the employer's needs. Show them how your qualifications and past work will enable you to help them and be successful in their organization. Number 5. Focus on body language and pace of speaking. You'll never get a second chance to make a first impression, says James Ullman, a psychology professor at New York University and researcher on impression management. Research shows us that what you say only accounts for 7% of your communication. The rest depends on how you say it, that is, your body language and tone of voice. So, how you look and act can matter as much as your ideas. The human brain takes 7 seconds to make an impression of someone. So, first impressions are very important as they set the tone for the rest of the conversation. This is based on the primacy effect, which is the tendency of the interviewers to form expectations of behavior based on the way a candidate looks, dresses, and talks. So in those first few minutes, you should smile confidently during introductions, make eye contact, shake hands firmly, and generally be relaxed and positive. If you are nervous, you will trigger a biochemical reaction in the interviewer that will influence his or her impression of you and guide the rest of the conversation. You should lean in slightly as it signifies interest, whereas if you sit back in your chair, it signifies disinterest. Your gestures too play a part in the impression the interviewer forms of you. Showing the palms of your hands is a sign of sincerity, while hands behind your back make it look like you're hiding something. If you want to display confidence, you should press the fingertips of your hands together to form a church steeple. Don't slouch or fidget. You should speak as clearly and effectively as possible. Ensure that you are not mumbling or using too many filler words such as like, cool, amazing, and awesome. When it comes to dressing, you should look like you're a member of the team. So your dress style should be similar to that of the company you're meeting. You can find out the company's dress code by looking at their website or their social media accounts or asking your recruiter. If you're ever in doubt, you should wear formal clothes. And lastly, number 6, practice mock interviews. If you practice for an interview, you will be more comfortable during the interview, rehearse your interviewing skills, get feedback on your performance, and increase your chances of landing the job instead of struggling to come up with answers. Practicing out loud helps you structure your ideas and arguments carefully and choose the right words to say. You should practice common interview questions in front of the mirror, friends, or family. Some common interview questions are: tell me about yourself, what are your strengths and weaknesses, describe a time when you faced a challenge at work and how you overcame it. Make sure to practice out loud so you get comfortable with speaking and articulating your answers. If you want a list of the common questions asked during an interview and their answers, check out the description. You can ask friends and family for feedback or record yourself so you can reflect on your body language and answers. The more you practice, the more at ease you will be during the actual interview. Okay guys, these are my 6 research-based psychological tips you can use to be successful in your next interview. Which of these 6 tips did you find most useful? Comment below. As always, thanks for watching.